I love sitting out on this terrace and enjoying the view. I visit Paris 4 times a year, every year. I've been coming here since I was 24 years old. I consider this my second home. This hotel only has 20 rooms. I reserve what is the premier room of the hotel on the top floor. I've reserved it years in advance during fashion weeks. The first time I stayed here, when I went home and discussed it with my parents and told them about the hotel I had stayed in, my father said, "That's the same hotel I stayed in during my first trip to Paris in the 1930s. So it was an amazing coincidence. At that time, it was not a luxury hotel, but this hotel is not only famous because of its historic building, but also because of the fact that Oscar Wilde lived in this hotel. It's a total contrast to my house in terms of the style, but I'm in Paris and I want to feel the Parisian style when I'm here in Paris.
Jimmy got his table to our place forever. He's a friend, he's a cool guy, and we all love him. He's a figure of the Fashion Week in Paris, definitely.
Well, I've always loved fashion, starting out when I was a very young boy. I think my father got me started, but he was a very conservative dresser and wore business suits all the time. And I'm very rebellious, so I took the opposite path. Basically, I look every season at what the designers have to offer, and the pieces that appeal to me, in many cases, seem to fall into what people call the urban cowboy style, but I don't look specifically for that. The jacket I'm wearing today, I certainly wouldn't consider cowboy style. So I try to stay open-minded. My personality is such that I don't dabble in things. I either have nothing to do with them at all, or I take them as far as possible. And in fashion, I decided to go all the way. And I don't think there's a male on the planet who is so obsessed with his own clothing collection the way I am. And every season I buy a completely new wardrobe, discard the previous wardrobe, go to fashion weeks all over the world, and so I've just accumulated this hobby over the years to a point where it's really a big part of my life. I rarely go to the men's shows. I've done some in the past, but found that they weren't very interesting, whereas the women's clothing is so much more creative. And that's been somewhat of a resentment for me that the women in the world today get to do so many more things than the men. Whereas in the animal world, it's the male that is flamboyant and the female animal is very plain. So something is wrong. We have to change things. This jacket was made for me during the last Fashion Week in March, and I've worn it quite a bit since I obtained it. This color and the details of the jacket with all of this and the metal trim really make this jacket special. So this one is from a little over a year ago, and amazing details. Again, the combination of colors. This one used both suede and python. Many people have said to me that when I'm wearing this jacket, that this is the best looking jacket they have ever seen. This is really my style, a leather jacket with interesting patches that I already had when I came here, but it's been one of my favorite jackets over the last 6 months. Bonjour.
How are you?
Good, thanks.
Hi James, how are you? I've got a surprise for you.
Okay, I'm very
Yeah?
anxious to
Okay,
see what you've come up with this time.
What do you think about it?
Amazing.
I thought to mix the yellow and purple colors because it's so fresh, and I thought also with the butterfly, like a lullaby, and it was. I think it would be really amazing on you. You want to try it?
Yes,
Yes. Thank
that's
you. Yes, you can.
a new twist.
Yeah, this is
Yes, I like to give new details on every jacket. I zip or yes. You've got also your name inside.
This is the 5th jacket
Yes,
you
it's
have
the
made
fifth.
for me.
Absolutely the 5th. So go for the show. Every part of this jacket are really built like a puzzle, and I've made it.
I think the details in this jacket are really amazing. Something that I would never find even going to Balmain, Saint Laurent, or any of the top designers. They do not produce jackets with so much workmanship, so many special details. And so by having the jacket custom made, I really get something special. While I'm in Paris during Fashion Week, I lead a very hectic pace. Yesterday, I attended the Saab show. And in order to get to the venue, one is required to take a very long walk through a beautiful park in Paris. And it's a tradition for the Saab show for many photographers to show up. Walking to the show yesterday, I was stopped numerous times by crowds of photographers, and they kept snapping photos of me. I was getting a little concerned that I might not even get to the show on time. Maybe it sounds egotistical to say that I love it, but I do love it. I've been coming to the John Galliano shows since they started. I don't know, it's got to be more than 20 years ago. I used to be a big buyer of the John Galliano clothes, but they stopped making clothes for men. But the women's clothes are still very interesting and unusual. Vivienne Westwood show is a different kind of show from all the others. In a way, it's sort of poking fun at fashion, not taking fashion too seriously, but it's always a show that's lots of fun. And I've been attending Vivienne Westwood shows for at least 20 years. She's always been extremely nice to me, and she's a real character and a very important fashion icon.
That was wonderful, wasn't it?
Sure was.
That's fantastic.
And you still know how to strut on the runway when
Me?
you
Thank you. I just don't think about it. Thank you.
I'm a real student of fashion, and I check out all the latest designs from each fashion week, and I'm hoping that I can find new designer. I definitely want to expand all the time and seek out something that's new, because no matter how great a designer is, after a while they start to run out of new ideas. In some cases, unfortunately, they start to get more commercial and try to appeal to the masses rather than producing something really special for me.